Andrew Wiggins has signed a deal for 4 years, $109 million. With the Warriors, it's an extension that should kick in after this year. And what do I think about this? Well, when I look at what Andrew Wiggins has produced this year, well, the previous season, he averaged 17.2 points, 4.5 rebounds. His field goal percentage was good for his position, I would say. He was shooting 46% overall from the field, and he shot pretty good three-point percentage of 39%. So you look at those numbers, those are pretty good numbers in the role he plays for the Warriors. He's more like a third or fourth option. He benefits from all the attention Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole get. He definitely thrives off their center of gravity. I've always felt that he's not a true number one, and he's not even a true number two. But when you put him in the role he's been in with the Warriors the last 2 years, he's excelled in in that role. So I think this is an ideal situation for him. And I think he also recognizes that too. That's why he took probably a little bit less money than what he could have gotten on the open market. Considering now, I would say his value has gone up due to winning a championship with the Warriors. For some reason, teams always look at you in a better light when you win a championship. And not just for the stars. I say that in regard to like the guys who were like third, fourth options, just role players, their value always goes through the roof. So he could definitely have capitalized off of that, but I think he just saw that he's a great fit with the Warriors, and he probably just felt comfortable with his role and probably happy with it, to be honest, because I think in this role he can be comfortable since he won't face the type of criticism he's faced previously in his career when he played for Minnesota, that he wasn't a true franchise player. He couldn't live up to the pressure of being that guy. So sometimes in life, I think some people just know their role. They're aware of what they're good at, and they don't try to go beyond that. I think Andrew Wiggins is that type of guy. He's figured it out that this is probably the best place for him to be, and taking a little bit less money probably makes him more happy knowing he's in a situation where he can win and thrive. So I'll give him that. I respect people who are aware. I think this is a great deal for the Warriors. He'll continue to be a guy. He gets them 17 to 19 points per game, which is pretty good for a guy who's not a number two option. He's still pretty young. I'm just gonna look up his age. I think he turned 27 way back. Let's see, he turned 27 in February of this year, so he'll turn 28 in the next few months. So he's still in his prime. He's going to be able to play at a high level for another probably 4 or 5 years if he's healthy. Just he's still in his athletic prime. Definitely a great deal. The Warriors are going to capitalize off his prime. So kudos to him, I guess, for just taking that deal. Great signing by the Warriors. Definitely a win-win for them when I look at it. So let's look at just the other things about this deal outside of what he brings the Warriors, if it's a good value deal for them. But one thing I found interesting is that with this deal, their luxury tax is going to be a total of $480 million. They're gonna have to pay for their payroll at the end of this upcoming season. So that's a lot of money. And they're saying it's unprecedented in NBA history, which means no team has ever paid that much for a roster. So that goes to show you that Lacob is trying to cash in on this run. He's trying to maximize every chance he has to win it all. To be honest, I don't like Lacob, but I can see where he's coming from on this, that you only have a window where your team is relevant in most cases. You have a small window to be great and win it all, and it probably never is going to come back again. For being real, very few teams get multiple windows to win championships. The Lakers are really the only franchise where they get an opportunity, it seems like at least every 10 years to win one title. So they always get that chance. But if you look at the rest of the NBA, it tends to not be that way. Once your window's over, it's pretty much shut for a very, very, very long time. I even look at the Celtics, they're a legendary organization. They won a championship in 1986, and it took them 22 years to win their next championship. And since 2008, they haven't won a title, so it's been 14 years. So think about it. Just the Celtics are the most titles in NBA history, and even them, they don't get big windows anymore to win multiple titles like they used to way back in the day. So it's very hard when to win multiple titles, to have multiple windows. So whenever you have the window, you got to maximize it. So that's what Lacob is doing, I believe. He's willing to spend big, knowing that probably in the long term that he's going to get that money back with the Warriors' value just getting jacked up with those championships. That's the way I look at it. I think the other thing to look at is just the Draymond Green situation now, that all these guys have gotten extensions, and it doesn't seem like Draymond's going to get one. Just that could be a clue that the Warriors are less likely to re-sign him in the future. I think that's definitely a sign of it, but we'll see. You just never know with Draymond and this team. To me, I look at Draymond, the Warriors, as like a relationship between a woman and an asshole, basically a guy who treats the woman like shit, but she keeps on coming back for more. I think the Warriors are like that girl, and Draymond's like that guy. They just can't say no, even though they know the guy treats them like shit. So it just you can't rule anything out with this team and Draymond Green. You think they're gonna get rid of him, but they could end up keeping him if they win it all next year or this upcoming season. So that's all I have to say about this situation. Let me know what you think. If you like what I produce, please like my videos. It helps, and please subscribe, and hell, share it with your friends and family. That's all I have to say.